This is IGN. HBO's financial drama is in top form. This is your IGN review of Industry Season 4 by Leanne Butkovic. Those of us who got in on the ground floor with Industry have been saying this from the beginning. You gotta watch Industry. As its audience has grown from its early days being criminally underwatched, so too has the HBO series. The drama, created by former bankers Mickey Down and Conrad Kay, has matured into a sure-footed, full-throttled, and wincingly sex and drug-fueled account of power brokering that has seeped out from the trading floors of financial firms to fintech startup land, the media, and government. Even though the scope of Season 4 is wider, the storytelling is at its most incisive and bloat-free, and the score is reliably as 80s synth poppy as ever. Really, if you aren't watching Industry by now, I'm imploring you. You gotta watch Industry. After 3 seasons of following a freshman class at the investment banking firm Pierpoint and their often antagonistic seniors, Season 4 finds most everyone has moved on, relegating the company that was sold off to an Egyptian sovereign fund at the end of Season 3 to a footnote. Further unburdening itself from the Pierpoint walls works especially well as Industry's characters find themselves in new stages of their lives and careers that could have only happened had they left. In this hard reset, they've graduated into new positions of power, but must deal with the fallout from the choices they had made while they worked there. With Robert Spearing escaping to find a new life courting money for a medicinal mushroom startup in Silicon Valley, which sadly means no Harry Lotley this season, Harper Stern, played by Myha'la, and Yasmin Hanani, played by Marisa Abela, now take center stage. At the season's outset, Harper finally gets to run a fund. She's gone from a scrappy floor analyst with bold ideas that others largely balk at until they end up raking in cash to someone who's now known for making daring gambles with her signature shorts. She's dressing for the part with devastatingly well-tailored power suits and bespoke silver earring stacks. And yet, after being tapped by the old-moneyed benefactor Otto Mostyn, played by Roger Barclay, she still has friction between wanting to execute her bold vision and Mostyn's racist intentions to flaunt her as the progressive face of the firm while changing nothing. It's not long until she finds common ground with her old boss, Eric Tao, played by the fantastic Ken Leung, who's been living aimlessly in a semi-forced retirement, his family life in shambles. Yasmin has married Sir Henry Muck, played by Kit Harington, to pull her out of the looming embezzlement and assault charges left behind by her dead father. She's protected from that shame publicly within the arms of British tabloid royalty and doing her utmost hosting and managing seating charts of elite networking events. But her marriage is flailing, putting in an astronomical amount of emotional work gassing up an unappreciative Henry to pull him out of another hole of depression. The two frenemies' courses largely run parallel throughout the season, which means their shared screen time is more limited than past seasons, but crackles even more with the tribulations they've swallowed this season, which it's a lot. Both Myha'la and Abela turn in performances with fresh depth for their characters. Harper is still the icy Harper, freshly 30 and shredding a birthday card from her mother, but she's no longer a lone wolf. As a people manager and business partner, she shows seemingly genuine interest in the well-being of those around her, letting in a new softness and vulnerability, as long as they're helping her succeed. But ultimately, she can't give up saying the most devastatingly cruel thing as the last word in a confrontation. If shows like Succession and Veep are about how stupid rooms of power can be, Industry is about the evils within these same spaces. That's not to say that Industry isn't often still laugh-out-loud funny. It's just that the approach is so vastly different. Kay, Down, and the writing team let their characters be unabashedly awful people. In contrast, the viewers, as it often is in reality, are the ones reeling from their beliefs and left holding the bag of shit. Industry is not a show for everyone. It's overwhelmingly cynical and sometimes difficult to watch, not just because of the ethical void, but because almost no one seems to be able to make a decision that positively benefits them or society beyond padding their own bank accounts. If there's anything that detracts from the show's effectiveness, it's that it kind of can't afford to be subtle, but the stress of it all, compounded by dense and fast-moving dialogue, is also what makes it so compelling. In the era of TV seasons with single-digit episode counts, Industry has used up every scrap of its 8 episodes with incredible finesse. Several episodes still play around with form and classic tropes. There's a ghost story, the most stressful Dear John you'll ever see, a wild international goose chase hunting down the truth behind Tender. And then there's the wild juxtapositions, like the unforgettable cut to Yasmin slurping and burping down an oyster right as she's going down on another woman. Season 4 is both bigger, with more insight into the web of politics, business, and journalism, and somehow tighter at the same time. Of course, the show is still laden with plenty of financial jargon, but by and large, what's at stake at the core of the story is far more intelligible for lay people and dummies like me. Even with HBO's exciting 2026 slate of solid series, even right now, we've got Season 2 of The Pitt and the Game of Thrones prequel spinoff A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, Season 4 positions Industry to jockey for the top of the pile. Industry's potent blend of contemporary finance drama and its characters' doomed attempts at self-actualization is running on max in Season 4. By putting Pierpoint in the rearview mirror, the series has graduated to a bigger playing field where the consequences are much more dire. Industry's Season 4's IGN score? 9 out of 10. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest industry updates, visit us at IGN.com.
SpokenLayer.